Okay, look, in order for us to have a 10x or 100x super stock, we need to have multiple catalysts, multiple shots on goal. All right, so let's do a quick review because this is super important. What is a good catalyst? Again, catalyst, anything that could, a milestone that could have a transformational impact on the business and the stock price. So let's review this. I have a little list handy here. New market entry, okay, company entering into a new market that investors see as very promising, something that could have, again, increased revenues 5x, 10x or more. Company going into, I don't know, you have, a lot of these Canadian companies, as soon as they enter the U.S. market, the stock tends to take off because the U.S. market is seen as, the land of opportunity, right? Which makes sense. Or a company entering into China. That's also obviously a positive. Number two, new product launch. Again, same idea. Company launching a new product. Usually seen, if it's supposed to be a potentially a groundbreaking new product, it could be huge, right? Look, we've seen what happened with the iPhone, right? The iPad, what have you. Apple. So everybody's looking for that type of massive product win. Number three, for example, for biotech stocks, it could be, new drug approval, positive clinical results in the research, in the still in the R&D phase. And again, for biotech, they don't need to actually get a drug approved for the stock to increase 1,000%, 5,000%, what have you. As long as they get positive data that investors perceive is going to set them on the path to approval, that is going to move the stock. So, for example, they have good phase 2 data that is usually enough to get the stock moving in a positive way. Let's talk also about mining stocks. So, resource and exploration companies, any type of positive drilling results, especially if they get a series of these positive drill results, a series of positive hits, the market goes crazy for that. If they see this as some sort of elephant country type of find. Here's another one which is actually very interesting. Any type of good C-level additions to the team. Example, company gets a superstar CEO, even a chairman, somebody who's got a track record of major wins joins the company. That is seen by the market as validation. It adds credibility to the story. If anybody superstar joins the company, that could be a significant catalyst. How big of a deal is that? Look, it doesn't even have to be a C-level executive like a CEO. Look what Jony Ive did for Apple. Who's Jony Ive? Who's Jony Ive? He's the guy that we're paying $35 million a year to as an employee, right? Jony Ive is the guy who designed the iPhone, the iPad, the iMac. Basically, he was their design director. He was the Apple design director. His designs is, one of the things that drove the sales. People love the way those Apple products look. Here's another one which is, I don't think is a big catalyst, but again, any type of uplisting to, let's say, the NASDAQ. So if you have a stock that's a OTC stock or it's a Canadian stock, and investors are expecting that it's going to uplist to the NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, or what have you, any type of senior exchange, that is usually seen as a potential, positive catalyst. And again, anything that can increase, anything that can have a transformational impact on, the business or the stock price. So we're looking for, usually with our super stocks, we're looking to have 3 or 4 of these in place. Again, we want to have multiple shots on goal because, not every one of these is going to work out, right? So we got to have a bunch of them in place, which, gives us a higher probability of success, right? Maybe, maybe you have, 4 or 5 catalysts, and only one of them works out, right? That could be enough, right? If you have only one catalyst that works out, or if you get really lucky, you might have three out of 4 hit. And if you have that 3 out of 4 hit in a short period, that's your 10 bagger. Again, when we look at some of the big winners, those stocks we've had that went up 10x, 20x, 50x in a period of months, they had that. They had the multiple catalysts. So keep that in mind.